have a shoe dilemma, and it's not the type that you think. Let me just take you in here. Problem number one is we get a lot of shoe pile up here. No problem, it's a heavy, busy drop zone. Usually here. This is the cubby system that we currently have, which has worked fine. My husband is training as a triathlete. And this is the shoe dilemma that we currently have. We've got the business shoes, the flip-flops for the pool, the running shoes, the recovery shoes, the biking shoes, all the shoes. I don't want my husband to have to put these shoes just like randomly in his office, you know? Like, hello, we have a front closet. We're gonna fix this closet with zero money. Zero. Because, not because I'm cheap, but because I'm crafty, you know? The shoe problem, the influx of it, I don't want to say is a huge problem, but my husband cares about his health, his back, and his arch support. So he constantly buys shoes after you've run so many miles in them. That's what you're supposed to do. I have some ideas. You're going to come along on the journey. I have an hour before my daughter comes home from school. Look at all this real estate up here. So let's count the shoes and figure this out. This is where the front closet has become a high-stakes real estate problem. I talk about this concept a lot on my channel when it comes to real estate in your own home and the space you allow your stuff to get. So everyone's competing. They want their cubby, they want their place to put it, or at least I ideally have a place to put it because my children don't always do that. But we're gonna do some ADHD math. So we're gonna count the shoes. We're gonna figure out what the superfluous ones are because we have to do an edit, but then we need to play with this puzzle. $41 shoes for a family of 4, but one triathlete who is busting his butt training. So there's an explanation. We need to find more real estate for free in here, and here's how we're gonna do it. We gotta clear space, so that way we have space to work, and we know what we're dealing with. We're heading into summer, so this is an easier time to have a lighter closet in here, but we can remove some of this. We're just gonna take them all out. Ask for permission later, you know? I would like to draw your eye to this row here. This, to me, looks like a prime real estate row for shoes. Gross. As with any project I do, we always make a humongous mess before we fix the mess. Things are mostly cleared out. I know that those are coats that I use, so they're just gonna stay there. But this is like a blank canvas, you know? So we've got the shoes, we've got some systems I have used before, and we did a quick vacuum. So now what I wanna do is I need to sort the shoes by category, and then also what ones need to exit completely. This is where you can be really picky. Find the ones that are your favorites, find the ones that you always grab, and throw out the ones that truly have too much wear and tear. What I'm gonna say that's annoying about this closet is that when you shut these doors all the way, people don't wanna like reach around here. When you have ADHD, you want the least friction possible of putting something away. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to shift this out a little bit because the kids are used to using this and their muscle memory is there. So I'm gonna roll with it. Now here's my question. Yes, so they do fit in one cubby. See, if it's hard, they're not gonna put it back. That might be too hard, but we're gonna do one sneaker. Boom. I don't know about these. They're looking pretty sad. I'm gonna put them there for now. So now I have to find a place for all these guys in here. It has to be something that doesn't fall over. So like, look at how much vertical space you have to work with. So it's gotta be easy and something that's not gonna flop over. But something I seriously considered doing, it was in my cart on Wayfair and I almost did it, was getting like kind of one of those cabinets for an entryway table that has like those pull out drawer thingers for shoes. I also thought about, what do you do? Maybe you do something under this table. So put it down in the comments. What should I put under this table? That would be another creative storage solution that would be ADHD friendly. We're all about using stuff we already have. So I have a love-hate relationship with these types of shoe organizers because they don't always work. See, there's going to be so much wasted space if you do that. So like if you put it there, it's like you've killed this. All right, here's my next idea. We're going to use these guys like risers. That's a little too flimsy for me. We're still going to have coats, right? So there will be coats in this closet. I'm going to put the shoes that he touches least in this area because they're a little flimsy. Would I like to upgrade to something nicer? Yes, but I'm not going to because that's not the point of today. I might curse myself in the winter when I'm like, now I don't have a place to put snow pants, but we're going to figure out that later. That's a winter problem. Right now I'm solving a summer problem and an overflow shoe problem. Are you ready for the big reveal? Because I am. I wanted to really talk through not just how this looks pretty, but why I made these choices. So you can replicate the same if it's helpful. Couple things. Coats will still live in here. We will get more and heavier coats in the winter, so it has to pass the vertical test of not bumping into things. So for the most part, I think we're okay. We might need to take a layer away, possibly, in the winter. All of these shoes, they have the option to have the front door face on them. I removed them completely because the less friction of putting things away, the better. If anything, I would put the doors back on for the dress shoes in order to not have dust collect in them. So I'm going to talk to my husband after he gets home from work. But for the most part, we want one less step to put things away. Husband's business shoes and easy light flip-flops are on the top, so that way he can grab stuff. So is it going to bump and move around? Yes. We're going to see if we want to replace these with something sturdier, but at least this is a situation. On this side, it's right where the kids are used to putting their shoes away. They can stick with their favorites. I have removed the superfluous ones. And then up here, we have my husband's training gym shoes. So he can grab them here. Because it's up high, I didn't want them enclosed in any way. He can see them, he can grab them very easily. They're up off the floor. And then this top rack becomes the excess shoes for the kids. I want to ask them if they would still wear some of these, but more specifically, it's some of the out of season stuff. So instead of putting these in the garage, I actually was able to put kind of up here and just out of the way. And I still had room for hats. So the kids are used to grabbing baseball hats from here. So I love that the muscle memory is still there. But the important thing is for our family not having any type of storage where you can't see what is up there, because if it is out of sight, it is definitely going to be out of mind. So right now it's all open. Honestly, it was all open anyway on the floor, but instead we went vertical and now it is up in the closet. I feel really proud of myself. I didn't lose steam, and my daughter's going to be home from school in about 10 minutes. And did anyone hear how loud my stomach just growled? I hope that you enjoyed this rendition of fixing something without spending any money at all. If there is a space or a closet in your house that you would love to tackle, please put it down in the comments because I'd love to cheer you on for it. Or if you need any tips and support, we're here in the comments, and I'd love to check out your project.